I have some absolute horror stories from my placements. Like
thousands and thousands of dollars in damage kind of problems.
Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video was requested this week, and I thought it was a really cool idea. So thank you so much to Taylor, who mentioned this in my last video's comment section. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about your vet school placements or work experience. Because with veterinary medicine or veterinary science, you have to do so many placements and so much work experience before you get to the end of your degree. In this video, I'm going to discuss the placements that we do here in New Zealand, and then I'm going to split it into large animal and small animal practice and what to expect with each, what to wear with each, what you should be doing in each practice, and then I'm going to give you my overall tips and advice for just being in a vet clinic or doing a placement in general, because that's where you get
Sorry, I have to shut the door.
No, that's okay. Oh no. Look across the road.
Oh!
I'm hiding. In New Zealand, at Massey University, which is the university I go to for veterinary science, before you even apply for the pre-selection phase, before you even turn up, you need to have done 80 hours of work experience at veterinary clinics. So this is 2 clinics, 2 40-hour weeks. They like you to have a mix of your placements, so a small animal practice or a large animal practice or 2 mixed practices, because they really like you to be able to see all different kinds of practice. These 80 hours of placement can be really daunting, especially if you don't really know whether you actually want to do veterinary science or not yet. So I found these placements through word of mouth. They don't help you find your placement through the university. You have to find it yourself. And basically, I went to 2 practices in my hometown that were both mixed practice. I thoroughly enjoyed one of my placements and I didn't enjoy the other one. There's going to be good and bad placements. You're going to have a placement that you love, and you're going to probably have some placements that you absolutely hate. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be a veterinarian, and it doesn't mean that you're in the wrong field or you're doing something wrong or it's you. Sometimes it's just the environment you're in, and sometimes you don't vibe with the people around you. And I know it can be really hard as a student, but you kind of just have to make the best out of a bad situation. Once you get into vet school, you have to do a lot more placement than this. So before the middle of our 3rd year, we have to do 14 weeks of placement at sheep and beef farms, dairy farm, equine facilities, small animal practice, and also something of our choice. After this, after the middle of your 3rd year, you then go into your 4th year and your 5th year, and that's basically so many placements. So now I'm going to move on to what you should do and what you should wear and what to expect on your placements. I'm going to start off with small animal practice. So in small animal practice, there's going to be not much that you can actually do at the start. So the main thing I would tell you what to expect is to not be doing very much. You're probably going to be standing around looking at things. You're probably going to be doing a lot of cleaning, a lot of laundry, and it's really good in the aspect that you learn how a veterinary clinic works. But at the same time, it can be really disheartening if you actually just kind of are made to do laundry the whole time instead of participating and watching what the veterinarians and the nurses are actually doing. Don't be disheartened though if that's the experience that you get, because that's more of a reflection on the clinic being really busy and not knowing how to teach rather than you being in the way. What to wear? Basically, if you have any kind of plain colored shirt, I would highly recommend a black t-shirt and black leggings. Or if it's winter, you can also wear a thermal. That can be really good because the clinic can get quite cold. They have these amazing pants at Macpac or Kathmandu, I can't remember. I've been meaning to get my hands on some that are waterproof and like sweat proof, so if anything spills on the pant, they like bead off, and so if you get vomit or blood or anything on you, it won't seep through your pants and onto your skin. Also, I would recommend comfortable shoes that are not too bright. I normally just wear my sports sneakers and leggings and a black t-shirt, and if you're at a clinic, they'll probably give you scrubs to wear over top of the black t-shirt. So if you're in a small animal practice, until you get into your 3rd and 4th year, there isn't really much that you can do. So I would highly recommend putting your hand up and trying to do things that are helpful, like cleaning and laundry and cleaning pens, feeding animals, taking dogs for walks, checking on anesthetized patients, that sort of stuff. That's the most important thing with small animal practice, is constantly being on your feet and looking at things to help instead of just standing there the whole time in the corner being awkward and not really helping. Okay, so with large animal practice, this is quite a different scenario. So with large animal practice, if you're going to be spending time with an equine vet or a cattle vet or a sheep vet or anything like that, or even a deer vet, they're going to have a truck probably, and they're going to take you around to multiple properties. What you need to expect out of this is that you're probably going to be meeting a lot of different people on different days. You're going to be traveling a lot, you're going to be with your vet in a car, probably alone for a lot of the day, so you're going to have to work on your small talk. With large animal practice, the veterinarians are a lot more willing to let you have a go if it's not equine. If it's large animal like cattle or sheep, they're more likely to let you have a go, even if you've never done it before. They'll be like, just jab this cow, or just, can you just hold this foot for me or something? Because they do actually need a helping hand a lot of the time, because it's just the vet. What to wear? I would definitely highly recommend gumboots and or work boots. The gumboots that I have are quite good quality. They come up really high, so they come up nearly to my knee. They're really solid and they're really good at being waterproof, and they don't have a steel cap on them. I would not recommend steel capped gumboots. This is because they can get really heavy, and if you're on a sheep farm or a dairy farm and you're wading through mud, you don't want that extra weight on your feet weighing you down. I would, however, recommend getting steel-capped work boots. Steel-capped work boots are short boots that kind of end at your ankle. I'll show you the ones that I have, and they have a steel-capped toe so that if a horse or a cow was to step on you, you won't break your toes. And they can be really great on an equine placement or a cattle placement if it's not really muddy, because they're a little bit more lightweight because they don't come up so high on your leg. Most people have a pair of normal gumboots and a pair of steel-capped work boots. In my veterinary class, I would recommend overalls or coveralls. It depends on what kind of placement you're going to do. If you're at a vet clinic, I would just recommend overalls. But if you're in your 2nd or 3rd year and you're doing your actual farm placement where you're not with a vet, you're with a farmer, I'd recommend buying waterproof coveralls. They're basically like overalls, like dungarees, but they're completely waterproof, and they're amazing on dairy farms if you're in the milking shed or something, so you don't get splattered with milk and poop and pee. If it's winter, make sure to layer up, have layers you can take off and put back on again. Thermals are great, t-shirts, rain jackets, and also windproof jackets because you're going to be outside a lot of the time. And with a large animal placement, there's more to do, so there's less standing around, which can be really great for a student. But at the same time, there are going to be things that you can't help out with. So what you might be doing sometimes is just sitting back, watching and talking to the farmer. Now we're on to my overall tips for any placement that you're on: vet clinic placement, large animal, small animal, farm, equine facility, or even a wildlife hospital, because I got to go there at one point. My first tip is be helpful. If there is something that you can do, then do it. If you see an opportunity to be helpful, to clean, just be as helpful as you can and put yourself forward, because they're gonna love you if you're a helpful vet student. If you don't do anything and you just sit back and are really boring, they're not gonna want to teach you and they're not going to want to help you out. Put your hand up. If you see an opportunity and you wanna give it a go, then put your hand up. Ask if you can do it. If they're putting a catheter in the arm of a dog and you want to have a go, just ask. Be like, hey, do you think next time I could have a go? You could show me how. Most of the time they will let you have a go unless the animal is in critical danger, then they won't. Put your hand up for things that you don't even think that you could do. Say they need someone to draw up a drug. Be like, can I have a go at figuring out the dosage rate? They might say, no, you're only a first year, go away. Or they might be like, yeah, we'll show you how, and this is how you do it. Be kind to the nurses and make friends with the vet nurses. Vet nurses can be your best friend on placement. They know so much and they can teach you so much. They can show you how to do things that the vet might not have time to do. Be kind, be friendly, make friends with them. They can be your best friend on placement and they can teach you so much. Don't be scared. Don't be scared if you do something wrong. Don't be scared if you say something wrong. They've probably seen it all before. I have some absolute horror stories from my placements, like thousands and thousands of dollars in damage kind of problems. If you want to hear about my vet school placement horror stories, I can do that, because I cost some people so much money because of problems I've caused on my placements. So if you do something wrong, you're no worse than me. My next tip is that you are there to learn, so treat it as a learning experience, not just about medicine, but also about how a business runs, how to communicate with people, how to be a better person, how to be a better pet owner. Get as much as you can out of your experience and ask questions. Be curious. Be interested in what the people around you are saying. You're there to learn and just give it your best shot. Along with that, my final thing is get as much as you can out of your placements. Sometimes it might be the only time in your life that you actually get to do a certain placement. I might never ever get to go back to a zoo and work in their hospital, which I did last year, and that was amazing, and I took as much of it as I could. I still remember facts about capybaras and gibbons and Kia and lemurs. I take everything that I can out of it and use it as a learning experience. Hopefully I covered everything that you want to know in this video. If you have any questions about any placements, leave your questions down below in the comments. I'll reply to all of them if I can. Also, go message me over on Instagram if you don't want to comment here. I've been having some really good conversations with some of you guys over on Instagram, and I love to hear about why you want to do vet or why you're subscribed to me or whatever. I find it really interesting. So please let me know. Give me your questions, your comments. If you hated today's video, I want to know that too, because I just want to know how I'm doing. If you like this, if you don't like this, thank you so much, and I will see you next time.